But since you brought up Bobby, this was my best story, and one of my favorite stories in the book, was when you realized it was not going to work out for him when he was running for president. He was in right after the president was shot in Butler, Pennsylvania. There was a meeting right after that. You should have known something was up, by the way. And you were called, and Secret Service said, no, we're taking you straight to the meeting. And of course, your friends were already giving you a hard time. But I found it interesting that in that meeting changed your life.
Yeah.
Forever. But you were never a political person. Not something you want. But the thing about it, with your husband, he's your husband. He's not Bobby Kennedy. He's not the secretary of HHS. He's just Bobby.
Yes.
And you guys have a mixed, blended family.
Yes, you're right. So Bobby ran for president. He was still running at the time when the assassination attempt on President Trump happened. And President Trump wanted to talk to Bobby. And so Bobby flew to Milwaukee. The Republican convention was going to start that day. That was the morning of the Republican convention. And I flew to Milwaukee because I was going to talk to Bobby when he got out of that meeting. And then when I landed, security said, "Oh, ma'am, we're taking you right to the meeting." And I said, "Oh, I don't need to be in the meeting." And they said, "No, we're going to the meeting." And then suddenly I'm walking with the Secret Service and everybody's, down the hall through the back hallways of a hotel. I couldn't tell you what hotel. To this day, I don't even know where we were.
Because you went through a garage.
Went through a garage. Right. You're going through tunnels. You're going through service elevators. You don't see anybody. And then they opened the door and it was President Trump.
It's your first time meeting him?
It was my first time meeting him.
First time.
President Trump, Bobby was already in there. Susie Wiles, who is now chief of staff, the first female chief of staff, which is impressive. She's an impressive person. And Amaryllis Fox, who's my daughter-in-law, who was running Bobby's campaign. And I met President Trump for the first time, shook hands, and he was very kind and warm to me. And
but you were nervous.
I was...
Concerned.
I was very stressed.
Hold up. She was stressed. In fact, I remember once you met Trump, what it started happening, your beehives, your body, your lips, you became deformed. It was crazy that you told others.
And I showed the picture of
I saw it.